There is another question, legal process. Legal process, liberty, justice, and order are essence of law. Explain. So when we talk about laws, laws are nothing but some rules or regulations that regulate members of the society. We tend to behave properly when rules or regulations exist. Laws involve an uniformity of behavior, constancy of happenings, and course of event. When laws are there, we know how we should behave, right? Maybe if we are driving or riding a vehicle, you know you need to follow the traffic signals, and while you are driving, you know if there is a traffic signal, all the other people who are riding or driving, they are going to stop. You need to wear a helmet, you need to wear a seat belt. There is uniformity of behavior, we have an idea. Plus there is constancy of happenings, as in similar things happen. It's not like today some decision is given, tomorrow it's completely different. Today some process is followed in deciding a case, tomorrow some other process. We even have laws to tell us what process or procedure will be followed in deciding cases, right? We have two legislations are there. Can you tell me the names which tells us the procedure, what process will be followed in court for civil cases and criminal cases?
Uh,
Two codes
no
we
idea. To civil code and criminal
Yes,
code.
code of civil procedure, code of
Hmm.
criminal procedure, which tells us the process. So because we have two different
So,
procedural laws that tells us the process, there is constancy of happenings. If today there is a case file, it has maybe 5 steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Same or similar thing would happen in another case. So there is constancy of happening also, right? We have a fair idea on how a case would go on, or a course of events. We have fair idea on all of these things because laws exist in the society. Law is not static. It's not like today a law is introduced, for next 1,000 years same law would apply. In fact, tomorrow itself there might be need for making changes. So law is not static. As circumstances and conditions in the society change, laws will also change based on requirements of the society, because laws are introduced just in order to satisfy needs of the society. So law would also change based on that. Legal process, liberty, justice, and order are some of the main essence of law. Now, what is legal process? Legal as in something related to law, and process as in like the procedure or process that is followed. So legal process indicates the process and procedure followed in seeking legal recourse. If you are filing a case, different processes will be there. There is a process to, if you are filing a case against me, there is a process to let me know that a case is being filed against me, right? When you approach the court, court will let me know that so and so person has filed a case against you. That's a legal process. Now court wants to call me to the court on a certain date, there is a legal process. If I do not go based on that order, there is another way of asking me to go to the court. That's also a legal process. If I'm not still not going, court might ask police officers to arrest me and bring me to the court. That's also a legal process. How I will submit my evidences, how I will give my defense. There is process for every single thing, right? So that's nothing but the process, legal process. So it's nothing but the procedure followed in seeking legal recourse. When you file a case, what are different processes that you can make use of for different situations? In a society, different types of legal processes are made available to victims. Like you can file a civil suit, there different processes would be involved. You can file a criminal case, there different processes are involved. Or you can seek for settlement of dispute by way of arbitration also. You can request the court to pass a direction or order also. There are different processes available, and we can select the best one depending on the situation, depending on what sort of case we want to file before the court. Availability of different types of legal processes help in resolving conflict or dispute between parties, and also to serve justice. We can decide that for this certain situation, maybe this is the best best available option, so we can go for that. Like that, it helps to resolve the dispute, settle the dispute between parties, and also provide justice to the parties. Legal process ensures uniformity on how a certain type of matter may be resolved in different alternate processes which are made available to the victim. Okay, are you aware of what is defamation?
Yes, ma'am.
What is defamation?
Permission means purposefully. I don't know how to explain this, but
Yeah,
defaming.
purposefully saying some false statement about another person, which is
What?
derogatory.
Yes.
Right, but if the
Yes.
statement is true, then it's not defamation. Right, so if I say that so and so government employee is taking bribe from the public, if that statement is false, then it's defamation. But if the person is actually taking bribe, it's not defamation. Right, so if there is a case of defamation, okay, might be I have said that so and so government employee is taking bribe, but actually he is not taking bribe. Okay, now it is defamation and he wants to file a case against me. So, as an advocate, if he approaches you and asks for help, like what should I do, asks for advice, then what happens? Because we have legal process, you can give a proper advice to the person. Okay, how you can do? Legal process ensures uniformity on how a certain matter may be resolved. Because we have set legal processes, you have an idea on what will happen in what kind of case, right? So you can give him an advice that okay, you have the option of filing a civil suit also, filing a criminal case also. If you file a criminal case, she is going to face punishment, she will be sent to the prison, or maybe she will be fined. But if you file a civil suit, you can ask for compensation, you can ask for monetary compensation, and there is no limit to it. You can ask for any amount, just that you need to justify it. Like that, you can give an advice. How you can give that advice? Because you have seen that okay, there are civil cases that can be filed, criminal case can also be filed. This is what happens in a civil suit, and this is what usually happens in a criminal case, right? Because we have legal process, because there is uniformity in it, it becomes easier for you to give an advice. Okay, so that's nothing but legal process. Legal process understood, right? It's not just filing the case. Within the case also, there are multiple processes that are involved. Everything is included. Okay, is it clear? Legal process.
Yes, ma'am.
So there is a process on how you should approach the court, how you should submit the documents, how evidences will be presented, how certain thing can be requested. For everything, we have a process. All of that would be included. Now, liberty as an essence of law. Supporters of individualism theory greatly relied on freedom or liberty to be a major player in ensuring peace and order in the society. So, freedom is very much important. Like yesterday, we saw there was individualism, which said that let people be free and other things they will take care of it. Right? We just need freedom, other things we will be able to manage. So, individualism believes that the main purpose of law is to eradicate or to remove the hurdles or the problems that arise in liberty of human beings. Whatever problems are coming in our liberty, that problem should be removed. Other things we will be able to take care of. Law should aim at providing maximum happiness to maximum people. The law existing in a state will be tested to see if it is providing maximum happiness or is it creating maximum problem. Depending on that, we would decide whether this is a good law or this is a bad law. When people are free and able to enjoy their rights, they will be able to focus on other aspects of their life. Otherwise, it becomes very much problem for the people. So the idea of individualism wants to bring laws which will try to provide maximum happiness or freedom to maximum number of people. Definitely, we cannot have one law that satisfies everyone, but yes, maximum number we should focus on. This is nothing but liberty. Then justice as an essence of law. So justice is like very much important when we talk about laws, right? Delivering justice is one of the prime essence of law. In Indian legal system, we have different remedies available, and the ultimate object of such remedies is to deliver justice. The main purpose, whatever laws you see, is to provide justice. And what is justice? Justice means whatever the parties deserve, giving that to the parties. Okay, because there are different types of cases filed, different types of problems that people go through. So we have different sort of remedies available also. Like some situations, monetary compensation may be paid. Some situations, it may be specific performance of contract. What is specific performance of contract?
Yes, ma'am.
Specific performance of contract. Are you aware what it is?
Specific. I have studied in contract law, but
Okay. So
I
specific
don't know.
performance of contract basically means if there is a contract between you and me, okay, I promise that I will do this under the contract. Now tomorrow I'm saying that I don't feel like performing the contract, I will not perform. You take this compensation, okay, you take this compensation and let me be free. Sometimes compensation might work, but sometimes it may be such a situation that compensation is not going to help you. Okay, you need specific performance of the contract. That means you want me to perform whatever terms or conditions I agreed to, whatever I promised to perform. You want me to perform those exact same things exactly. That's nothing but specific performance of contract. Okay, might be there is some raw materials, scarce raw materials, I said I will supply it to you. Okay, I will supply this to you for 50,000 rupees, but now because it's scarce raw material, someone is willing to pay me 1 lakh rupees. Now I cannot say that because you are paying less, I don't want to supply it to you. I will give you compensation, I will serve it to the other person. There you might go for specific performance of contract, that depending on my promise you had entered into some other contracts with some other people. So if I do not supply those raw materials, from where are you going to get it? Because it's scarce, right? So there you can file a case that compensation is not going to serve my purpose. I want specific performance of the contract. I want those raw materials to be supplied to me. Okay, that's also a remedy that's available. Sometimes fine may be imposed, sometimes imprisonment can be given. Like that we have different remedies. And why we have different remedies, different punishments? Because we want to provide justice in every single case. Whatever is best in a given case, that will be provided to the parties. Laws in India only rely on imposing death penalty in rarest of rare cases to ensure that justice is rightly served. There may be some cases wherein punishment, other forms of punishments does not serve any purpose because the crime is such a heinous one. It is rarest of rare crime. It is so heinous that only death penalty is what can provide justice to the party. So that's why this provision is also kept under Indian legal system. In cases of need, that also can be given. Okay, then order as an essence of law. A society is a combination of large groups of people having differences in terms of their opinion, likes, dislikes, etc. So, to minimize conflict of opinion or interest in the society, we need laws because there are so many differences. We are all different from one another, so we need laws. Laws are directives that govern and regulate human behavior. It gives us an idea on what we should do and what we should not do. So they are made for people within the territory to abide by. It may be applicable to entire India. It may be applicable to a certain state, certain district, certain municipal area. And it gives a clear indication that to whomever it applies, this is what you need to follow or this is what you need to do. So maintenance of order is one of the main essence of law. It wants to maintain order. Even though we all are different from one another, we need to follow that law and we need to behave in a certain way so that there is order in the society, that ultimately we are able to live peacefully in the society. So in a nation different laws exist and they are devised to perform different functions different laws would perform, or they would address different types of needs that the society is having. However, some common attributes are legal process. All of these are some common attributes that we see in whatever type of law that you talk about. These are some common attributes that we get to see in it. Okay, is it clear?
Oh, yes, ma'am.